Okay, I'm here with Alice Tackett, who's a second grade teacher, not second grader, second grade teacher for Southside Elementary here in Pike County. And you've got a very interesting project. So tell us about why you came up with this project and how it's proceeding.
Well, in Eastern Kentucky, as you know, we've lost a lot of jobs and our economy has suffered. And so I got to thinking about how our students in second grade could make a difference, what they could do now as second graders to impact their community, to impact the world. And I got involved with the American chestnut trees after hearing someone from Robinson Forest share about the orchard that they had there, that they were doing crossbreeding to make blight-resistant American chestnut trees. And I dove into research and found out more about it and thought that my students could be problem solvers at this age. How could we find areas to plant these blight-resistant trees in Eastern Kentucky? And it just so happens that the range, their natural range, was all through Appalachia, and they were destroyed around 1940 by a blight that was brought across from China with the Chinese chestnut tree. And so last year our students planted 32 blight-resistant American chestnut trees here in Pike County, thanks to Appalachian Regional Renaissance Initiative, plus the American Chestnut Foundation. And so we had the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife helped us with that, and we had land that was donated for us to plant those trees. So this year I applied again, and our kids did research and created presentations. They educated each other, they educated even high school students. The second graders were going up and teaching them about the history of the American chestnut tree and our abandoned mine sites that need reclamation. They have been the perfect spot for these trees. So that's what we're doing again this year.
Well, if I can remember back whenever I was in the second grade, I can't remember thinking in terms of trying to do something that would make the world a better place.
Right.
So, I mean, you're to be congratulated on that. But so second graders, do they really get that? Do they really think in terms of being stewards of the land and wanting to do something to improve the economy?
Yes, and project-based learning is really what makes the biggest impact on their lives, and to realize that they, at 7 and 8 years old, could make a difference in their world has been really exciting for them. They were able to study forest ecology and look at the history behind the tree and how, before the turn of the century, chestnut trees were everywhere and they were naturally resistant to rot, and they were used for bridges and shelters, even going back to Native American Indians with the longhouses and everything. So our students were able to learn a lot about history, a lot about science and biology, and then had the experience of going out themselves and planting those trees. And so we had been equipped with Chromebooks thanks to the ARI grant, and that's where they did their research and created presentations and used Google Docs and Google Classroom. So we've been really blessed by that. And so I entitled this year's project Reboot Appalachia, to provide a forestry industry with these hardwoods that are coming back.
It seems like what you're doing here that other places in the nation would be interested in learning from what your students. So has there been any outreach to other organizations, other schools, and other states?
Yes, we have been blessed that the U.S. Department of Interior I contacted our government to see what resources would be available for our students, and they're the ones that helped to donate the trees and to set up the opportunity through Green Forest Works that brings teams of college students in to prepare the land before they plant these trees. And so those organizations and the community have made that opportunity available, and the students would email them and send invitations out to community leaders to be involved. And it's really something that can make an impact ages and ages down the road. They wrote a book about it that they share, and they were able to publish that book. And we have a blog that's ongoing about the project. as well.
Okay. Well, Alice Tackett is doing some remarkable things with her students, and so I'm excited about reading the book and learning more. And I guess on theholler.org, some of the work will be posted on that,
Yes,
so people
definitely.
can find out more about that. So, Alice, I want to thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
on our program. Goodbye.